change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more? Been trying to change what I've been trying to say. Words don't come straight from my head to my mouth. It's such a shame that it fell out of place. Was never me that was bringing you down. Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more? Why we always looking for more? I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what you wanted. I wish that I could change what
Hello, everybody, and welcome here to the first of a few preseason Thunder testing sessions here for Season 6 of the NNSCRA Duracell Cup Series. We are here today at the Charlotte Roval, and we're going to get to see the 42 drivers that'll be taking part in this season's Duracell Cup Series season. And also, having the opportunity for these drivers to take to the Charlotte Roval, a track that was not on the schedule last season. Got replaced by Road America. And there was a newer version of the Roval that was put out that I discovered and thought, you know what, let's test it out, see if it's worth maybe putting back on the schedule. Schedule is going to probably get a complete overhaul. A lot of the different tracks and their positioning in the past, many of which have stayed in certain positions in the schedule, may end up getting shuffled around. Playoffs will probably have a couple of tracks put into it. And we'll be looking through the field at the different drivers here, highlighting them. A lot of rookies in the field could be making their first career starts in Duracell Cup Series competition in the season opening Daytona 500. As mentioned, this is one of a few testing sessions we're going to be having here, as a lot of stuff still in the works, still under work in progress, if you will, including the schedule, also the features, the tickers, currently in a test session right now, in a beta test. So a lot of stuff still unofficial, as I think we just had a spin back there. Yeah, RJ Bishop just went around over in turns 3 and 4. These drivers are starting to put some lap times on the board, and we'll show those lap times in just a moment. But next testing session you guys will be seeing, and of course not certain when exactly that's going to be scheduled for, it's going to be at the Nashville Superspeedway. We ran that last season, and I was looking at, I was doing like a couple of practice sessions with it, and it looked like it's going to be a really good track with these next-gen cars. Yeah, of course, the big announcement here for Duracell Cup, we're over with the next-gen cars now. We've been running the Men Cup 2019 ever since Season 1 to Season 5. It's the first time we're swapping the mod over to something different. As I was going to feature the 12 as the first car here, since he was the first one pretty much out on track, but I guess he's coming to pit road, and they're going to make a few adjustments. So let's start going through the field, shall we, as the lap times are being put up on the board. So let's start to see them scrolling across the top of the screen, and for some reason it's saying there were no times recorded in the session yet. I don't know what that's all about. Is the ticker broken already? No, it's not. Alright. So, driver that right now is at the top of the board, the driver we'll start with, and that is Rick Johnson, number 93 Amoco Ford Mustang. He's going to be part of a 3-car effort out of Michael Norman Motorsports. Rick Johnson, a lot of people will remember him from series past, but it's the first time that he'll be taking part in the Duracell Cup Series. One of several drivers going to be featuring those yellow rookie stripes on the back of his car, but there's a lot of drivers in the field that have those rookie stripes that they may be rookies to the series, but man, they are not rookies in terms of talent, in terms of their Enter 2003 offline career. Jovan Anderson, a very good road course racer, so it'll be a lot of fun to watch him when we eventually get to a number of the road courses this season. Of course, we go to New Zealand, to Pukaka. More than likely, Road America is going to be back on the schedule, as that brought about a really exciting race last year. And obviously here at the Charlotte Roval, Watkins Glen, Sonoma, those are obviously places we've been to. A lot of debate on whether Riverside will be back on the schedule next year or not. Well, not next year, this coming year, I guess I should say. As Jovan right now battling with one of the veterans of the series, but in a new location, another Ford Mustang. This is Nathan Ormond, the Disney Plus Ford out of KEB Racing Enterprises. Nathan Ormond, for the entirety of his career up until this point, was a part of Joanna Atwood Motorsports. Made his debut with that team back in Season 3, if I recall correctly. It was a multi-time winner. Drove a Dodge at the time. Last season, of course, we had the 3 drivers per car system, and Nathan Norman was teamed up in the 17 with Mitchell Collins and James Qualls. That team did not do the best last year. They were 22nd in overall standings. Ormond also did not find victory lane last year. Nathan's a 3-time winner in Duracell Cup Series competition. Actually, correction, I'm pretty sure yeah, Nathan Norman actually debuted with Joanna Atwood Motorsports back in, did I say season 3 or did I say season 4? If I said season 4, it's wrong. It's season 3 is when he made his debut with the team. Oh gosh! Well, Orman gonna get into Ryan Brommer, who got into the wall. Looks like that area of the track's gonna be a trouble spot when these drivers eventually come back to the Charlotte Roval. Ryan Brommer, for the first time in his career, going to be in a Toyota Camry. Last year he was in a Chevrolet for Pigeon Racing, and prior to that he was driving a Dodge, several seasons in a Dodge with Bulldog Motorsports. I'll be surprised if he's not coming to pit road here. Yeah, he is. But he is going to be the third entry, the newly formed 87 team for Auto Junction Racing, who, let's be honest, was maybe one of the strongest teams overall last year. Ryan Brommer is a 6-time winner in Duracell Cup Series competition. That puts him tied for 4th on the all-time wins list. So we'll see how he does in his 3rd manufacturer in as many years. Speaking of manufacturer, how about a new manufacturer making its debut in Duracell Cup Series competition? Former winner from last year, Nick Gunther, who picked up career win #1 at Bristol Dirt. This is an experiment, if you will, for Fortnite Squad Racing. We've gone through Backmarker Motorsports, Pigeon Racing, and now that team is rebranded over to Fortnite Squad Racing. Nick Gunther going to be driving a Mazda for the season. The other 2 drivers running Chevrolet Camaros. We'll see them in a few moments, but Nick Gunther, that 55 team now. The primary driver last season, we saw Gunther, Anthony McCurry, his current teammate, and Mike Tellier, all piloting the 55 Chevrolet. Gunther with a victory, and Mike Tellier actually got a victory as well in that car. That was back in the season finale at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Tellier not in the field here this season. Well, last year for S3 Motorsports, we saw 6 drivers combined into 2 rides. Charles Sanford, Jessica Shelton, and Cole Deaver in the 03. And then the eventual champions, Kyle Matthews, Stephen Pollard III, and Caleb Fogler in the 09. Well, now they've split back up to a 4-car team as S3 Motorsports. Charles Sanford back in the 03 full-time this season. Very familiar Coca-Cola vanilla Chevrolet colors on his Camaro. Charles Sanford, been a while since he's been to victory lanes. We got a car, is that Cody Lamas? Yeah, Cody Lamas with an engine problem there on the backstretch, heading to the backstretch chicane. Trying to get around his wounded machine. That's a big reason for preseason testing, preseason Thunder testing as well, for drivers to be able to figure out just how far their cars really can go. But Charles Sanford, it's been a bit of a winless streak for him. 2-time winner in Duracell Cup Series competition. We'll see if he can find victory lane this season. The 03 team with himself, Shelton, and Deaver combined last year, no victories. They had a solid, consistent year, though. 13th in the overall points standings. That is 3rd team out of the playoffs. Now, we featured a rookie earlier on, and we were going to feature Destin Bolin before he came to pit road at the start of this session. But here he is. Newest addition to Young Motorsports. Number 12, Kellogg's Ford Mustang. We've seen young drivers do well over at Young Motorsports in the past. Mitchell Collins, Adam Garcia have had success over there, and we'll see if Destin Bolin can do the same. Season starts at a super speedway, and a lot of times we'll see the underdog drivers really shine in those types of races. Reggie Fogelman in the number 24, former winner from last year, as he, in a team effort that started, what was it, 3-4 weeks into the season, was able to find victory lane at the tricky triangle of Pocono as he's coming to pit road. You'll notice that Reggie Fogelman has the rookie stripes on the back, and people might be thinking, well, didn't he make enough starts to actually be eligible of not being a rookie this year? So it looks like they put a new engine, or whatever the issue was, fixed on the 13 of Cody Lamas. But no, in order to be eligible to be considered a veteran in Duracell Cup Series competition, you have to be heading into a season with at least 15 starts in a Duracell Cup Series charter race. And since most of these young guns ended up running only 13 races last season, 12 races last season, a lot of them are still eligible for Rookie of the Year here in the upcoming 6th season of the Duracell Cup Series. We saw Ryan Brommer, one of the Toyotas of Ao Junction Racing. Here's another, Laura Chung, the Yahoo Toyota Camry, the number 77, which has seen a number of different drivers have success in it. Patrick Smith, Casey Nanico have gone to victory lane in the 77, and last year, rookie Roberto Crown Jr. put the 77 in victory lane twice at Las Vegas and then later on at Chicago Motor Speedway. So Laura Chung looking for that same success. If you recognize the name Laura Chung, then good on you. Laura Chung took part back in Season 4 of Duracell Cup Series competition in a non-charter effort for Mills Motorsports. She drove the number 27 at the time, made 7 starts at that point, and had a top 5 run at Darlington, also 3 top 10s along with that, but only 7 starts in a charter race for Laura Chung, which is why she is eligible for Rookie of the Year this season. Rob Evans in the number 65. One of 3 cars this season for Evans Gardner Motorsports. One of his teammates actually just up ahead there. Rob Evans has never won a Duracell Cup Series race. Did pick up a road course non-charter win back in Season 4, the non-charter race at the Indianapolis Road Course. But Rob Evans last season was part-time driver of the number 65 team. Ended up finishing out the season 20th in the point standings, did that entry. So looking for much better results here this season. Let's jump up to his teammate, the number 66 Foster's Chevrolet rookie, Zachary Fitzwater. It's so strange saying rookie for a number of these guys because I've seen them many times in other series and series in the past here on this channel, but oh, got some trouble coming onto pit road there. Someone just got the wall, couldn't tell who that was. But Zachary Fitzwater in that number 66, going to be making his very first start in the Duracell Cup Series at Daytona. Jesse Turner, number 47, owner of Lake Effect Autosport. Jesse Turner, a 6-time winner in his Duracell Cup Series career. Looking back, I thought Jesse was a winner last season, but no, he was not. '47 did make it into the playoffs, and that was because of the win by Stephen Colon. But no, Jesse Turner did not win last year, so he's running a winless streak. Part of a 3-car effort this season. We'll see his other teammates in just a moment. Turner's going to be having to put a lot of his veteran experience to work for his 2 rookie drivers, as he's the only one heading into Daytona that will have previously taken a green flag in Duracell Cup Series competition. There's the 83, William Hoer. He's going to be one of 3 drivers in the Blue Oval Automotive stables this season. I believe he is one of 2 rookies. No, yes, he is. He will be the only driver, though, of the team that has not run in the Duracell Cup Series, so we'll get to that a little bit later, but a beautiful paint scheme on this number 83 car, the Lego sponsorship. There's the 3rd entry out of Evans Gardner Motorsports, Ali Liara. The AccuDock Solutions Chevrolet Camaro, the number 16. Ali, along with Rob Evans, was a part. Carson Grabb was the 3rd driver of the number 65 team last season. Already mentioned, they were 20th in overall points. None of those drivers found victory lane. Cole Deaver coming to pit lane in the very familiar Wheaties Jim Goodwrench Orange 08 Chevrolet for S3 Motorsports. We'll see if we can highlight him in a little bit, as he's going to make some repairs here or make some adjustments. All right, so we haven't seen yet any of our former champions. That's right, we've got 2 defending champs coming into this season, as we had 3 champions at the conclusion of last year, and this is one of them. The driver that really, in essence, got it done in the season finale at Homestead Miami Speedway, Caleb Fogler. Last season, piloted the 09 Chevrolet out of S3 Motorsports to the championship. He, along with Kyle Matthews and Stephen Pollard III, got to hoist the championship trophy by the end of the night. Fogler and Matthews return to the series this season. Caleb Fogler, though, moving over to a Ford Mustang, as he'll be piloting the number 28 for Blue Oval Automotive. And just for those that like the numbers statistics out there, the number 28 has a Daytona 500 victory, and that was with Trey Wright behind the wheel. There's the 2nd of 3 drivers out of Blue Oval Automotive, or out of Lake Effect Autosport, I should say. The Race Gear Merch Maverick Ford Mustang, number 74 of Benjamin Snyder. Number 74 team last year. Ended up going to victory lane at Phoenix, courtesy of Bradley Ream, but they really floundered in the point standings. Couldn't make it high enough in the overall points or up into the top 20 in points to have a playoff berth. And even with a victory, ended up finishing 28th of 29 teams in overall final standings. So Benjamin Snyder going to be looking to do a lot better here this season. Last couple of seasons, Phil Parker's really been the main driver in that car. Of course, last year shared that ride with Bradley Ream and... forgot who the other driver was off the top of my head now. Got some drivers on pit road here. There's a former champ, Carson Gum. Season 4 Duracell Cup Series champion. Carson Gum made it into the playoffs last year. Wins by himself and Matthew Rodriguez. Put the 19 car into the playoffs. They were eliminated pretty early, though. I believe they were eliminated in the second round of the playoffs, the round of 8. Both Pigeon Racing entries that made it into the playoffs were eliminated in that round. But the team overall, with the collective between Carson Gum, Matthew Rodriguez, and Charles Belding, they finished 8th in overall points, 8th in the playoff standings. New colors for Carson Gum, the Mountain Dew Baja Blast colors, the teal green and blue on his Chevrolet Camaro this season. Very easy to be able to see that car. Carson's win last season was at Nashville, a short track. Got a driver leaving pit road, and that is Mitchell Collins in the 33. Mitchell Collins, at least to my general knowledge, has spent his entire career in a Ford. He started out driving the number 22 Ford for Young Motorsports, moved over to Joanna Atwood Motorsports last season, driving part-time in the 17, and now moves over to Michael Norman Motorsports. So he has been a tried and true Blue Oval driver the entirety of his Duracell Cup Series career. Mitchell Collins, I believe, is he a two-time winner? Three-time winner in Duracell Cup Series competition, but it's been a while since he's been to Victory Lane. Season 4, I believe, was the last time that he's been in Victory Circle. Saw a driver emerging just ahead of him, and that's Daniel Voiles in the number 26. Daniel Voiles last season drove for, it was KB Racing Enterprises. Let me double check on that. Yep, drove the number 93. And he also ran a non-charter entry for KB Racing Enterprises back in Season 4. So he did have the required 15 starts to not have to be, well, he really overdrove turn 4 there. But he did make the 15 or more required charter starts. So you see there are no yellow rookie stripes on the Oreo Ford Mustang. Single car entry there for Daniel Voiles this season for World NOS Racing. Got a few single car entries in the field here this season, including this one, Dylan Poteet. Ford Mustang, Tweenix Racing's only driver this season. Dylan Poteet last year drove the number 31 along with Ryan Brommer and James Shelley. Team ended up making it into the playoffs with Shelley's win at Riverside, finished 7th in the overall point standings. Dylan Poteet now over in a Ford Mustang, which will be getting a lot of its equipment out of the Michael Norman Motorsports stables. Remember, Dylan Poteet, back in the day, Season 1 or 2, drove for Michael Norman Motorsports in a Chevrolet. If I recall correctly, was sponsored by Mountain Dew Baja Blast at the time. Last year, the 99 car went to Victory Lane late in the season, courtesy of rookie driver Andrea Serra. Levi McIntyre for Shadow Cult Racing, single car entry back behind the wheel full-time in upcoming Season 6. The Andy, was it Andy's Hot Fries or something like that? I can't remember exact name of the sponsor. Back on the hood of that Ford Mustang. Right now he sits 13th on the speed charts. Jose Mills, the most winningest driver in the Duracell Cup Series, back with Blue Oval Automotive, but swapping over from the 98 to the 38 and now staying in the 38 as the primary driver for that team. He last season, along with Jose Mills and Trey Wright, managed to finish 14th in the overall point standings. Mills has not had a victory, though, since Season 4. He was in danger last season of his most winningest driver in Duracell Cup Series competition moniker being in danger when Lopez went to Victory Lane at, or was it, Kentucky. That was his 9th career win. Mills currently at the top of the leaderboard with 10. But with Jose Mills in the field this season and Jordan Lopez not, Jose Mills has a chance to pull away again. Louisiana Hot Sauce still sponsoring him. They've sponsored him most of his career. Same can be said for Whataburger. And the inaugural Duracell Cup Series champion, Chris Dollerton. Chris is going to be running for Michael Norman Motorsports this season in the number 43. Dollerton making his return to the team. Last season, Chris was driving the number 32 for Pigeon Racing. That team finished 12th in the overall point standings, so going back to a Ford after running in a Chevrolet last year. There's a Chevrolet driver, James Qualls, the Ford Travel Motor Coach Chevrolet. James Qualls, wanting to forget last season, mentioned that he, Nathan Norman, Mitchell Collins, they struggled last year. 22nd in the point standings, couldn't find victory lane in that entry. Now James Qualls, part of a three-car effort this season. And going back to Chevrolets, I believe that Joanna Atwood Motorsports is the only team to have run every manufacturer as far as like the four main manufacturers, Dodge, Chevy, Toyota, and Ford. They were Ford last year. They've been Dodges. I think that was back in Season 3. And then they've been Toyotas. Of course, when Ryan Acosta won his championship back in Season 2, he was driving a Camry for Joanna Atwood Motorsports. Here's the owner of KB Racing Enterprises, Keith Batson, the Ford Motorcraft Ford Mustang. Batson last season was in a three-driver effort in the 39 car that only finished 25th in overall points. Batson has been to victory lane numerous times in his career, 4 times as a matter of fact. And looking to kind of put Season 5 in his rearview mirror and get back to his winning ways, get back into the playoffs as well. Krispy Kreme Toyota Camry. That is Noah Hendrickson. He's going to be a rookie driver out of Haas Racing. Matt Haas is going to be heading into Daytona as the defending winner of the Great American Race. And we'll see what Noah Hendrickson's able to pick up from him as far as the tricks of the trade. Haas Racing, the last time they were a 2-car effort was back in Season 4. Brad Stover was the non-charter entry in the number 80 at the time. So we'll see what Noah Hendrickson's able to do as with no charter, non-charter system here in this season. Oh, we got a flip over there. Eliera just flipped off the backstretch chicane. I don't know who the heck she ended up collecting there. Like maybe Ryan Brommer, and I couldn't tell who the other car was, but we've had a flip at the Charlotte Roval. But we'll see what Noah Hendrickson's able to do here this season. There's the other defending champ of the series, Kyle Matthews. Kings Island Chevrolet, the championship winning car. Kyle Matthews played a big part into that team winning the championship. He actually got the first win for the team at Martinsville. Later on, Stephen Power III followed it up with a win in the regular season finale at Auto Club, and then Caleb Vogler was able to clinch the deal at Homestead. But we have to remember, too, that for him to be able to do that, there had to be consistent runs by all 3 drivers during the playoffs to get them into each round. So Kyle Matthews, career year last year, we'll see now as he's going to be able to run all 36 races, not just a third of them, how he's going to do here this season. There's the rookie driver, 3rd entry out of Joanna Atwood Motorsports, Quentin Moore. Quentin has never run a Duracell Cup Series car, next gen or otherwise, so this will be a brand new moment for him. He'll be able to lean on veteran teammates. Ooh, gosh, he's leaning on Kyle Matthews right now. But he'll be able to lean on veteran teammates James Qualls and Joshua Osborne for advice during the course of this season. Running for Rookie of the Year honors. A lot of drivers running for Rookie of the Year honors this season. Anthony McCrory, the number 61, makes his return back to Duracell Cup Series competition. The Turkish Airlines Chevrolet. Looks like he might have gotten the wall there with the right front. That's why he's coming to pit road. But he's going to be one of 3 drivers for Fortnite Squad Racing. Look like we're going to get to feature all of the drivers here in this one. We'll have to make sure we feature them next preseason Thunder testing at the Nashville Superspeedway as we look at Austin LaPlante, 5-time winner, back with Northeast Motorsports. He's been with Northeast Motorsports, I think, his entire career. Ally coming back as the sponsorship on that Chevrolet. plant winner last year at the dirt track of Springfield. Saw RJ Bishop go around earlier in this race, so he's going to be joining Young Motorsports. We keep harping on this, but I can't help but think back to Season 4 when RJ Bishop finished runner-up in the non-charter and charter race in the same weekend at Michigan. He is still looking for his first career victory in Duracell Cup Series competition. He split the number 2 with Dylan Young and Adam Garcia last year. That team finished 15th in overall points. Jack Dunnard, the 88. William Brock's been the 88 for seasons, but now going to have some rookie blood. Budweiser sponsoring him. Another of the drivers that will be running for Rookie of the Year honors here in Duracell Cup Series Season 6. There's the defending Daytona 500 winner, Matt Haas. New sponsorship for him as well on that number 8 car, so a new look. 2-car effort as we've already documented. Trying to see, there's Benjamin Miles in the 25 making his return. And I guess we'll talk about him in the next session.
Drivers, to your car.
Our session is complete. Let's take a look and see who some of our fast drivers were here. Caleb Vogler, top of the board in the number 28 car. So one of the defending champions making a statement here. Only driver to hit the 118s. 118.949. Nice lap there. How about the rookie William Howard up at the top of the board there? Second place. Charles Sanford, Nathan Orman, Carson Gumbs, some veterans there going to complete the top 5. Joshua Osborne in 6th, Jesse Turner in 7th. 8th for Cole Deaver, Jose Mills 9th, and Ryan Butcher 10th. So you got 2 of the S3 Motorsports cars up inside of the top 10. 2 of the Blue Oval Automotive cars. Actually, no, all 3 of the Blue Oval Automotive cars up inside of the top 10. 1st, 2nd, and 9th. And you also have, I believe we had 2 other teammates up there. No, I guess not. I guess those were the only teammates that were up there inside of the top 10 as far as speeds. As you look on further down, and I don't know, lap times are pretty close. Fastest lap, 118.9. Slowest lap, 120.9. So only 2 seconds difference. And of course, here at road courses, it's all about throttle control, how you approach the corners. Got to avoid those turtles. Really good lap times here, and hopefully later on this season, when we start, the racing will be just as good. As again, we're going to have some more preseason testing that'll go on here this season. The next one that'll be coming up is going to be at the Nashville Super Speedway. A couple other tracks will be tested as well. There also is going to be a point in the next few months where we're going to be just putting out a video that'll show you the official schedule for upcoming Season 6, and may see a couple more features that we'll be testing out here in the upcoming testing sessions as well. Not just testing session for the drivers, but testing sessions for our editing crew, our broadcast team, be able to make sure that everything works in perfect order for when Season 6 eventually rolls around. Thank you all for tuning into this testing session. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys for the next one coming up in the near future at the Nashville Super Speedway. Until then, I've been Seth Cole, and you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of NNSCRA TV Offline Racing at its best.